I'm just coming from the US Embassy with this piece of paper like here. Our visa wasn't successful approved, so we got rejected, family. And I just wanna share my US visa interview experience, but also the program which I was going through. Hello guys, welcome back again to our channel. I'm Ramose here, medical student, and I was just applying for summer work and travel program, the J1 visa, which is for students, undergraduate and masters. It has an age limit, but they don't care much about that, and you have to pay depending to the country where you are living. So you pay the application fee and service and everything until you secure the job. So for Romania here, we pay closer to 1,400. Some companies could take 800 or 1,200. Sorry guys. For other countries like Turkey, you have to spend like 3,000 or 2,700 to above, like for the program. Then after you pay for this program, meaning you are paying for your registration, you pay for your job placement, you secure a job offer, so they deliver it to you, and you pay also for the service. So I had to pay for the visa, which is $160 again. Then you have to prepare for the interview. If you get the visa, you have to purchase a ticket, so depending to where you're going. So if you're going to way far, like in a different state which is way far, you pay higher, like the flight ticket, 600 or 400 go and return dollars to 1,000 or 1,100 depending to the state which you're going. So if you're going very far like California or whatsoever, the flight tickets are expensive because you travel long distance. So we paid for the program fee, and I paid for the visa, and I had to appear for my interview. The appointment day arrived, and I'm just coming from the appointment, so I just dressed the casual. You don't have to be formal because you're just student. Dress as normal you go to school. That's the advice they give us. I dress like that. As you see here, I'm just normal dressed, and I appeared in person. So this morning, from the like the my interview was at 8:15, so you go there at least maybe 7:30. You be around the I was around the environment, so waiting. I should be close to where I need to be checked and inspected before entering for the interview 10 minutes before, not earlier than. So we appeared there, and there were a lot of people waiting there, and police were there outside, and it's my first time to go. We waited in a line, 7:40, 7:50 kind of approached, and I stepped like on the line to be able to go like the time. But it kind of happened like once you reach there, you find there are a lot of people who came for the interview around 10, and what were just randomly. So we were randomly taken, not according to your appointment. They don't call names like, oh, come this, come this, come this. So they just take you in. You have to be punctual. The police inspected us, and if I had a bag, like the backpack, so you have to keep it away. They don't secure for you, like they don't store for you somewhere, then you enter for interview, then you can take it. No, they don't have a place for that. So you can just drop off your phone, keys, small stuffs. So I entered, I dropped those one, and my bag I just left it outside over there, because most people left it over there, and people are there, so nobody can take your stuff. Nobody knows no one. Entered the waiting room. From the waiting room, then it was from the waiting room, then we had to enter now the interviewing area. So from there is a guy who was like a secretary, we could say, like who kind has to inspect your appointment if corresponds with the day which you are coming. So I had to hand him over my DS form, plus to check the confirmation page, to check for the if I was scheduled for that day for the interview or not. So once they confirm it is on the system, they let us go like to the next window, which we have to do the fingerprint and passport control. Because even the environment kind of make you scared. Like, okay, will I get what pressure? How comfortable will I be when responding to the answers? Like, how comfortable I am that I qualify for this visa? Those kind of doubt in my head. Well, I handed over the passport. The DS, the lady had to control there, and then they had to put me on the wait list. Like, I had to wait now on the screen to see when I'll be called for an interview. Then waiting there, you could hear direct like what is going on with the other interviewers, like what kind of questions are kind asked. My time came and it wasn't as I expected, the pressure. But before I was interviewed, like I could see someone who went to the window where I just had to go to, like was asked some questions and was asked what your family does. I don't know. Said they have a single garden, stuff like that, and what are you studying and whatsoever. And after there, wasn't approved he was a guy like before me, Romanian. My time jumped. Sad experience began. So I was asked like, tell me about yourself. So meaning, like you kind prepare like, okay, your name, surname. You can mention your age, and I could mention my age and tell a little bit about what I'm studying. Maybe talk about your family also. How many are you in your family? Understand? I had to reply that. And I was asked also, what department are you studying? I had to answer that. When did your school start? Like, when did I register for the university? And when am I expecting to graduate? So she could see all those informations because I filled also with the agents on the system, but also the DS form, the form which she can access. Also, when am I graduating? Also, I was asked, and what are my future plans? So I think the challenge was here. So also, when did I start and when am I graduating? Also, it's kind of tricky for me because I studied like in a different country, Turkey, and also I moved to Romania here. So for the exchange program, so it's kind of like two things. I didn't mention that when answering the question, so I had just to answer like specific, just like as a freshener who started everything like all my undergrad here in this country, which is bad. I should have mentioned that here I started where and where, though it wasn't necessary, but I had to. Like to clear the doubt, oh, this is just here for temporary. You understand? I shouldn't judge him basing on other people they reside here. And also I was asked like, what does my family do for a living? I had to answer that too. And I was asked also who pays for my school fee, who paid for my education. So I had to answer like I have a scholarship, you understand? And also my family covers the rest of the expenses. Where do I want to go in the USA? What job position? So I was going in New Jersey and had secured a job to be a garden helper. So I was asked also this very beautiful question, my future plans after graduation. So I think here is whereby I kind of like made also a mistake because when answering, I had to say before going for the interview what I had prepared for. I had prepared that my future plans after graduation is to do business into a medical field or to kind of do a service into a medical field by having a clinic, stuff like that, like investment into medical health sector. But when I appeared in an interview, then the plan shifted, so I don't know why. And I had just to say I want to specialize. So because I didn't prepare for that to say about specialization. Even how I speak, I didn't sound confident as well. So I had to say I wanna do specialize. So if you say specialize and you're about to graduate, they might think like you are thinking of still going on studying abroad. So that's also kind of handed, like I think I didn't handle it well as well. So she had to tell me, unfortunately, I cannot approve your visa, and she had to handle me this document. This side it is in Romanian, and I told her like I asked her like why, what is the reason behind like the deny, and say unfortunately we cannot disclose, but you can try to reapply again and come back again. Understand? They cannot disclose this. So most of the advice outside there, like about this is no, I'm not getting finally there are a lot of info out there like oh, once you prepare for the visa, speak less, don't overfeed them with the information. But I would say the interview depends mostly on the consulars day, mood, the time they kind of interview. Those factors like somehow they affect, and also your confidence to how you present yourself before the embassy, how you answer the questions. Because sometimes if you're so confident, once you tell them I have this and that, they might not need even to check your documents. So that's another also tip to consider. And also lucky. Some people are just lucky, man. You go for an interview once and everything works out. So preparation for the interview, you have to do it. But also let's just say lucky. But once you lose a lot of stuff. You lose the money, lose the time, and also you create like a bad CV for yourself, like because it will be showing that you already had a deny. You understand?